Guys, girls, non-reading pals, all my friends and folks out there, welcome back to another reading of Sacrifice by Lucky_Ducky_123. Now, before we get into reading this, of course, please do let me remember that if you are a Star Wars fan and if you like watching edits, that you probably want to check out Stories the First Generation and What is Stories. So that, along with the rest of the links to my socials and all of our channel outreaches for everyone and all of you, will be down below. So if you do want to go and check that out at the end, or maybe during this video and then come back to this video, so then you've watched and you can go and watch it later. Do whatever, the choice is yours. You know, they're down there for you to use along with the rating of this video. So always refer to the description box. And when it's not there, just pop a little question down in the comments below. I'll be sure to see them. Anyway, let's go to where we last left off. And if you are not familiar with our channel, newer here or new to this fanfic reading as well, go down below. There will be recordings to the other ones, like there will links to the other ones on YouTube. So yeah, other than that, let's all enjoy. Silence. The room was deserted. Only the awful debris of alien celebration giving mute witness to the activity there before. Several drunk creatures laid unconscious around the room, snoring loudly. A shadowy figure moved stealthily among the columns at the perimeter of the room. When the figure moved into a faint light, Bush's face became visible for a brief second. He picked his way carefully through snoring, drunken monsters. Han Solo, the frozen space pirate, still hung spotlighted on the wall. His coffin-like case suspended by a force field. The bounty hunter deactivated the force field by flipping the control switch to one side of the coffin. The heavy case slowly lowered to the floor and the clove. Bush stepped up to the case, studying Han, and turned to the controls on the side of the coffin. He activated a series of switches, and after one last hesitant look at Han, slid the decarbonization lever. The case began to emit a sound as hard as a shell, covering the cortex of Han's face began to melt away. The bounty hunter watched as Han's body was freed from its metallic coat and his forearms and hands, previously raised in reflexive protest, dropped slackly to his side. His face muscles relaxed from their mask of honor, and to anyone looking, he appeared quite dead. Bush's ugly helmet leaned close to Han's face, listening for the breath of life. Nothing. He waited. Han's eyes then popped open with a start. He began coughing. The bounty hunter steadied the staggering newborn. Just relax for a moment. You're free from the carbonite, Boosh said. I would do it in a Boosh voice, but I'm not very good at it, if you know what I mean. I'll redo it. I'm not like the best at this voice, so keep that in mind. But just relax for a moment. See, I'm trying to make it sound robotic. You're free of the carbonite, Boosh said. An electric sounding basic. Han touched his face and moaned. Shh. You have hibernation sickness. I can't see, Han said, shakily, frightened at the concept of the sudden, never-ending darkness of the world. Your eyesight will return in time, Boosh whispered. Where am I? Han asked, confused, and the stranger taking care of him. Jabba's palace, Boosh replied, still helping the smuggler to sit upright. Who are you? Han finally asked, the main question that had been on his lips finally sliding out of his parched throat. The bounty hunter reached up and lifted the helmet from his head, revealing his true identity, the beautiful face of Princess Leia Organa. Someone who loves you, she said happily. Not like the best. Someone who loves you, she said happily, smiling as relief and pure love for her blossomed in Han's sightless hazel eyes. Leia? He breathed, leaning forward from the desperate kiss of passion. Leia accepted it hurriedly, letting her problems melt away for a brief moment. 6 months. I've been away from you 6 months, and I finally have you back again. Oh my dear Han, I'm so sorry. I've missed you so much. Leia thought, with a wistful smile and a few tears collecting in her chocolate brown irises. I gotta get you out of here, Leia said quickly, knowing she didn't have much time. Han and her could catch up when they were out of this force-receiving place. As she helped her weakened lover to stand, the relatively quiet was suddenly pierced by an absinthe crackle from the other side of their clothes. Leia felt Han tense in her arms. What's that? I know that laugh, Han asked, casting his unseeing eyes around the room, desperate to know what was happening. He couldn't let Leia do it all alone. He cursed himself. The infernal carbonite he had been trapped in, and the fact that it caused blindness, albeit temporary sometimes. The curtain on the far side of the clove opened, revealing Jabba, surrounded by Bib and the other aliens. He laughed, and his gross cronies joined in the cacophony of alien glee. It's raining outside, if you can hear. It's perfect, I know. I love it when it rains. Hey, Jabba. Han faced what he thought was Jabba's voice and tried to fight embarrassed blush as he felt Leia direct him to the proper direction. However, he continued speaking despite his little mistake. Look, Jabba, I was just on my way to pay you back, but I got a little sidetracked. It's not my fault. It's too late for that, Solo. You may have been a good smuggler, but now you are Banta Voodoo. Look, take him away, Jabba boomed. The guards ripped Han from Leia's death grip of his arms and started to lead him away, much to the princess's dismay. Jabba, I'll pay you triple. You're throwing away a fortune here. Don't be a fool. Han tried to bargain one last time before he was dragged off. Whew, well, pay off your debts, kids. Pay off your debts, children. You gotta do it. Han tried to bargain one last time before he was dragged off. Lando, still in disguise, quickly moved forward and attempted to lead Leia away. Bring her to me, Jabba demanded. Wait, no. I gotta do that again. Bring her to me, Jabba demanded. We're getting better. With a seductive smirk and chuckle. Lando and the second guard dragged the beautiful princess toward Jabba. Lando more hesitant than the other guard. 3PO peeked from behind the monster and quickly turned away in disgust. We have powerful friends. You're going to regret this, Leia stated, with her head held high. I'm sure. Wait, no, that's not. I'm sure. Wait, no, sorry. I'm sure, Jabba said sarcastically. Inexorably, Leia's lovely face moved within inches of Jabba's ugly plop head, and she turned away in disgust. Ugh! Leia cried as the Hutt's slimy tongue reached toward her. Oh, I can't bear to watch! 3PO cried, turning away as Jabba's caresses became more and more vile. The poor princess, 3PO thought pitifully. The heavy metal door of a dungeon whined and slowly creaked open. I'm thinking on what to do. Yeah, this won't be too long. I'll read the next part for the next. Okay, yeah. Open. A guard threw the blinded star captain into a dark cell, and the door slammed shut behind him, leaving only a thin silver sliver of light, from the crack in the door. Should learn some manners, you no good nerf, Han thought with a scowl. Slowly, he began to trying to collect himself, when suddenly a growl echoed from the far side of the cell. He jumped back against the cell door, and listened, hoping whatever he was sharing a cell with would be friendly. Sure, Han. Whatever. Growls as ferociously as that is bound to go and buy you a fresh bouquet of flowers, he thought sarcastically. However, the word did sound vaguely familiar now that he thought about it. Chewie, is that you? Han asked the air, taking a wild guess. But if Leia was here, he guessed Chewie could be here as well. But how'd he get in a cell? The shady figure let out a crazy yell and raced toward Han, lifting him off the ground with a big hug that carried them into the light, revealing the figure to indeed be Han's co-pilot and best friend, Chewie. "Aw, Chewie, Chewie!" Han exclaimed in surprise, knowing, as soon as he left his feet, that the furry figure, currently squeezing the air out of his lungs, was none other than Chewbacca. Giant Wookiee barked in glee. "Wait, I can't see you, pal. What's going on?" Chewie barked in an excited blur of Chewbacca's words. "Luke?" Han exclaimed with non-veiled surprise. The kid had come up with this ridiculous plan. No wonder it didn't seem to be working very well. "Luke's crazy. He can't even take care of himself, much less rescue anybody." Chewie barked in reply. Jedi Knight? I'm out of it. For a little while, everybody gets delusions of grandeur," Han muddled, disbelieving. Chewie growled insistently and pressed Han against his chest, petting his head. "I'm all right, pal. I'm all right." Han tried to reassure his friend, but he wasn't even sure if he could reassure himself, let alone anyone else. "This plan of yours better work, kid." Okay, here's a little author's note. And you guys deserved this extra lengthy, over 3K words chapter that took me all night to write. I am really sorry, but life is really busy for me right now, and time to write has somehow made it to the bottom of my list of importance. But I promise that I will try to update as much as I can. I love all of you guys, and Eric, thank you for getting redemption to 4K reads. That's awesome. May the force be with you. Lucky_Ducky_123. Well, anyway, that was the author's notes, which pretty much wraps that chapter up. And I'll see all of y'all next time. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget, the link to literally everything will be down below, and I'll see you. Peace. Bye. Love y'all.